there, Greenfield. It's Superintendent Galvan here with a story time for you. And so today I'm going to read A River of Words. This is a story of William Carlos Williams, who happened to be a doctor who was also a poet. So we get to learn about, again, diversity and the wonderful professions and the people that are out there. And so he's a doctor that was also a poet, that we're going to learn about his life, and it's a true story. So, gracias a Comunidad de Greenfield por acompañarnos hoy. Soy la Superintendente Galván del Distrito Escolar de Greenfield, lista para leer otra historia con ustedes. Y hoy vamos a leer un río de palabras, y ese es sobre la vida de William Carlos Williams, Guillermos, no sé, pero esta es la historia sobre su vida, y él fue un doctor que también escribió poesías para la comunidad. So, vamos a aprender de su vida y a ver lo que ojalá que ustedes pueden disfrutar con nosotros hoy. So thank you so much for joining us. A River of Words, the story of William Carlos Williams, written by Jen Bryant, and it's illustrated by Melissa Sweet. So thank you again for joining us. When I was younger, it was plain to me I must make something of myself. Like the other boys in Rutherford, New Jersey, while Williams loved to play baseball and to race his friends up and down the street, but when the other boys went inside, William liked to stay outside. He would climb over the fence in his backyard, and he wandered alone through the woods and the fields. In those days, just beyond town, there were still many places for Willie to explore. My Willie has sharp eyes. He notices everything, his mother would tell the neighbors, and it was true. As he walked through the high grasses and along the soft dirt paths, Willie watched everything. When he grew tired, he stretched out beside the Passaic River. Gurgle, gurgle, whoosh, 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 gurgle, gurgle. The water went slipping and sliding over the smooth rocks. Then poured in a torrent over the falls, then quieted again below. The river's music both excited and soothed Willie. Sometimes, as he listened in the perfect tune, he would fall asleep. One night, missed a page. As Willie grew older, there was less time to wander through the woods and fields or to take a nap by the river. In high school, Willie had classes in track practice and lots of homework. Willie is always in a hurry, his mother told the neighbors, and it was true. But when Mr. Abbott read poetry to Willie's English class, Willie did not feel hurried. The gentle sounds of the soothing rhythms of the poems were like music on the river. As the teacher read every line, Willie closed his eyes and let them make pictures in his mind. One night, alone in his room, Willie began to write his own poems. At first, he imitated the famous English writers he had learned about in school, the countless beats in each line, and made the endings rhyme. The archer is awake, the swan is flying. Gold against blue, an arrow is lying. Poetry suited Willie. Every night he looked forward to sitting at his desk and writing a few new lines. But after a while, he grew frustrated. He had pictures in his mind that didn't fit exactly into steady rhythms or rhymes. I have never seen a swan or an archer, Willie thought. I want to write about ordinary things, plums, wheelbarrows, and weeds, fire engines, children, and trees, things I see when I walk down my street or look out my window. So, Willie tried writing a new way. Instead of counting the beats and making the end word rhyme, he let each poem find its own special shape on the page. There is a bird in the poplars. It is the sun. The leaves are little yellow fish swimming in the river. Now, when he wrote poems, he felt as free as the Passaic River as it rushed down the falls. Willie's notebooks filled up one after another. My boy is a good writer, his mother would say, and it was true. Unfortunately, no one really paid much money for poetry, and Willie needed to earn a living. Willie's mother had told him stories about her older brother, Carlos. who was a doctor. When our father died, she told Willie, Carlos's salary provided for a whole family. Willie liked the idea of healing people and of providing for his family. But could he do both and still write poetry? At age 19, Willie went off to study medicine at the university, where he met Ezra Pound, Hilda Doolittle, and Charles Demuth. Ezra and H.D. were studying literature, while Charles was studying painting. The friends spent many afternoons together discussing books, music, and art. The harder Willie's medical training became, the more he enjoyed the time he spent with them. When he graduated, he returned to Rutherford and hung his sign, William C. Williams, Medical Doctor, Family Medicine. Every morning, Dr. Willie Williams filled his black bag with medicines and instruments and drove off to visit his patients inside their homes. Every afternoon, he returned to his office where more patients were waiting. All day, he delivered babies, he healed hurts and bruises, he set broken bones, and he wrote prescriptions for coughs and fevers. Dr. Williams is the busiest man in town, his neighbors would say, and it was true. But no matter how many babies he delivered, no matter how many sick people he cured, Willie could not stop writing poems. After his long doctor's day, Willie climbed to the attic, where he kept a lamp and a desk filled with his letters from his artist friends and notes he had made about things he had heard, seen, or done. As the rest of Rutherford put out the lights, Willie took out his pen and his notes. He sat down and he looked at the words and shaped them into poems. And that's the end. So look at that. So this story is about William Carlos Williams. He loved poetry. That was his passion. It made his heart really, really happy. But he needed to make money, so he became a doctor. What a smart boy. So he was a doctor and a poet. So boys and girls, this story to me and to you means you can do anything you want in this world. You just got to put your mind to it. You can be 1, 2, or 3 things or more. So thank you for joining us today as we read this story, A River of Words. I am Superintendent Galvan with the Greenfield Union School District, sending a great big bear hug from our family to yours.